Hey there, Docalites. I just thought I'd do a video from a different angle tonight in a different place. I'm just kind of tired. Um, Wife is moving, I would say, laterally rather than getting better this soon from a broken foot, but it's good news, and the good Lord has us, so that's all that matters. Anyway, guys, this is going to be the last video in the Snowed In series. So let's talk about Swamp Thing number 34. And that was written by Alan Moore with pencils by Steve Bissette and inks by John Totleben. It was a story called Rite of Spring. And it was one of the most beautiful, poignant books I'd ever read at that point. And I was in my 20s, I think, when I read that book. And it's a love story between Abby Cable and Alec Holland, Swamp Thing, whoever you want to call him. It shows not just the physicality of a true loving relationship, but it shows the melding of two souls becoming one. And it's just an amazingly delicate, well thought out, well put together story, where you see what happens when two people fall in love and then they choose to consummate the relationship. And it's done in a very reverent way. It's not done as, kitsch or, trying to be nasty or overtly sexualized. But instead, it's just a pure distillation of two people's love for one another, whether one is a plant-based creature and the other is a human, or whoever it is. Some stories transcend societal norms, and this is one of those books that does that. The art is amazing, detailed, fantastic. Doesn't show anything graphic, but instead it shows, like I said, when two souls become one. And it's a thing of beauty, guys. It's really one of the most grown-up adult books I think I've ever read in my life. I have a copy that I can't find at the moment, but I have a copy that's signed by Steve Bissette when I met him in 2005 in Arkansas, when he was giving his papers to Huey University. And it was great meeting him. He's a great guy, amazing artist. And I think nothing but the best, of him. Never got to meet Alan Moore, never got to meet John Totleben thus far. Probably not going to meet Alan Moore, but you never know. But that is my final book that you guys can read when you're snowed in. I've got some honorable mentions. King of Spies by Mark Miller and Matteo Scalera, a 4-issue romp of what happens when James Bond decides to go rogue and kind of pay back MI6 before he dies for all of the death and wanton destruction that he's caused over the years by destroying all these other people. Then you have Spectacular Spider-Man issues 240 through 245. It's J.M. DeMatteis and Luke Ross doing a Chameleon story. Luke Ross was doing his very best McFarlane impersonation at that point on the book. So it's detailed, it's big, it's bombastic, it's in your face. And then, of course, you've got J.M. DeMatteis, who's one of the absolute best Spider-Man writers of all time. And the final honorable mention that I've got, and especially during this time of year, because I think it came out around wintertime, and so it always associated with that time of year, is Thor 21 through 25 by Dan Jurgens and John Romita Jr. That's the Thanos Mangog story, and it's in my opinion, it was the pinnacle of the title. I hated to see JR go after that, but I got that doing 2 books a month just wasn't feasible for him at that point anymore. So that's my thoughts, guys. What do you think? What are some books down in the comments that you might reread over and over when you were snowed in? So let me know in the comments. You guys take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a wonderful night.